guys, Glasgow NZ here. It is a pretty windy afternoon. Had a few brown buggers so far, but first decent signal, popped a $1 coin. This is back at the spot I did my very first video in. I've sort of hammered this area quite a bit, but it's been raining heaps lately, so I'm gonna just hit it one more last time, see if I've missed anything. And yeah, if I find much, this will be its own video, but if I don't find much, then it'll be a mix with this spot and a different spot at a different day. First penny of the day, didn't take too long. That was really deep down in there, almost a full pinpointed depth. That's why you go when the soil is nice and moist. So let's see what this is. Could be a, oh no, it's not even that old. It's only King George the 6th. So that's going to be a New Zealand penny. Oh well, that's pretty cool nonetheless. Unless it is a British penny, I can't even see any detail. Okay, after closely looking at this, it's not got the normal text for a New Zealand penny on the back, and it's got too much writing around it for a British penny, and I can't see really Britannia there. Because usually you just say one penny and it has a bunch of other writing, so I have actually no clue what this is. Oh, that's exciting to clean that up and see what that is. Yeah, because it's reading up super high numbers and it's super deep. But yeah, wonder what that could be. I just had this solid 30s tone, you know, so deep in there, full pinpointers depth in there, and popped out. Thought it was just going to be a can, but popped out another one of these. Popped one of these in the same location in a different video, but this is an old cigarette tin. Yeah, that is awesome. See if I can't bend that to shape and have a second one of these. That is awesome. I loved finding the first one of these, and now I've found a second one to go with it. Sweet. Looks to be in decent condition too. Get all the colour and everything just like the last one. Just found second pre-decimal for the day. Looks to be a half penny, probably a New Zealand one, but don't know yet. Yeah, it's looking to be New Zealand. See if we can get a bit more detail off that. That's going to be a Queen Elizabeth one, so not too old, 1960 maybe. Sweet, I'll take it. Solid 21-22 here. Looks like it's going to be another half penny. So let's see, it looks to be King George the 6th, so that'll be New Zealand most likely. This side's got a lot of dirt caked on it. So let's see, unless it's British. Oh, it's a ship's halfpenny. That's my first ship's halfpenny. Oh my goodness. That is awesome. So yeah, 1938, British, King George the 6th. Oh, I am so happy with that. That is awesome. Slim pickings here, but popped ourselves a $2 coin. Sweet. Solid 19, not too deep, and looks to be an old hood of a toy car, and might have once said Audi there, so I mean that's my best guess I have from what I can see. But yeah, pretty cool. Just popped a coin here, haven't looked at it properly yet, but by first glance might be another old British 2p coin. Oh yep, I was right to think that. It's my second, well not old, but UK 2p. Awesome. Another foreign coin to the coin book. Sweet. So all the way deep down in there, another pinpointer length deep, I pulled this massive piece of brass or copper out, and I am not sure what it is. This middle part spins around. It is quite big. Would have snapped off something on that end, but yeah, I've no clue what that could have been. So comment down below if you guys know. Changed spots at this park to the last spot I have to detect before I've completely gridded this whole place, and first signal's a penny. So we'll see what type of penny that is. I think that's a New Zealand one. Dates down here, 1940 something, I'm guessing. So that should be George on the back, you'd hope. Yeah, sweet. Another penny. Back at my go-to spot, finished up at the other spot yesterday, probably the last time I go there. but close to the surface, another dollar coin. And I'm excited to be back here because the least amount of silvers I've had here is 4. I've been here 3 times and had 4 silvers, 6 silvers, and then 6 silvers. So hopefully I can find another big load of silvers here, or even just a singular nice big one like a shilling or florin would be right awesome. After that $1, got a nice $2 coin. It's got a pale colour, very pretty. Okay, I've just popped a silver. It was screaming high 30s, but it's only a small silver, so I can only assume it's 925 sterling with the readings that high. So we'll see what it is together. Oh yes, it's an old British sixpence with the oldest design. Let's see what year it is. 1881. That's a young Vicky. That's my second oldest silver. My first young head Vicky silver. That is awesome. Oh yes. I love that. That's such a beautiful coin. Such good condition too. Just look at it. Everything's so clear. That's going to clean up so nicely. The date's so nice and clear. No wear on that at all. Sweet. Okay, just popped another silver. Popped that Vicky silver right there. And then it was extremely deep, but it's in this clump here. I can see the silver edge. And it was reading 25. Oh, it's another Vicky silver. But it's the Jubilee head. That's a thrup. Oh my goodness. 1889 British thruppence. Oh my goodness. I'm scared to wipe it, don't want to wipe that to scratch it, but that is nice and clean. Oh, 2 1800 silvers in a row right next to each other. That is epic. Still haven't found any coppers today, but a third silver. See the silver edge ringing up solid 18, so that's either a New Zealand sixpence or an old thruppence. Oh no, it's a nice old New Zealand sixpence with King George V, 1933. That is awesome. Third silver of the day. I am pumping. Let's keep the silvers coming. First copper of the day, and it's looking to be a New Zealand penny. Nice. Oh no! That's my first rue penny. What the heck? 1947 rue penny. Australian penny. I found a couple Commonwealth, but that's my first kangaroo one. That is epic. Thought this was going to be a pull tab, solid 14, but it was pretty deep. And it's an old metal toy fighter jet or something. Hopefully I can find some marks, see how old that is or something. Yeah, that is awesome. Nice little old toy. This was a solid 22, and I believe I've just popped my first old button. Somehow I've never popped an old button. Thought it was going to be a 2-cent coin, but then I can see the, I don't know what you call it, the shank, fully intact at the back. And then this must be the dots on this side. If the dirt will come off. It's pretty caked on there. No, I've tried. The shovel won't even scrape that off on the front and the back, and I don't want to scratch it anymore, so I'll clean that properly at home and be able to have a good look at it in the breakdown. Second copper for the day. Been a while since the last good find, but that could be an old British. Yep, old British penny, King George V. Not in the best condition, but hopefully it cleans up. Yet another old penny, not long after that last one. Hopefully it's another old British, and it looks to be. Yes it is. See if we can get a date off that. It's starting to rain on me, I can feel it. 1912, not too bad condition. Sweet. Had a solid 21, and I don't know if you can see that, it was right on the surface. Found it with the pinpointer right there. I think I see a ring. Might be just a junker, but could be silver. Oh no, looking like a junker. But that's still pretty cool though. Nice little ring. I have a silver ring just like that with a little heart. But I'll take it anyway. Right on the surface again, found this nice old pin. Sweet, that's pretty cool. Heading back to the car now, but nice solid signal down there, and pulled this out. Little cool bullhead skull or something. That could very possibly be silver. It's giving me a silver signal, and it's got the weight for it as well. Awesome. The weather is beautiful, and almost back to the car, and there's a silver edge. It was coming up real high numbers, so that's a thrip size. Oh, King Edward. That'll be my first King Edward threepence. 1908. What a beautiful way to finish the hunt. That is epic. Oh, I'm so happy with that. Welcome to the breakdown, guys. Starting off, got the usual 1 and 2 cent coins, heaps of brown buggers, always heaps of those. Then we got, I think, about $14.50 in spendies, not too bad on those. Usual old bullet casings, a couple bits of junk jewellery, another one of these cool old cigarette tins I'll have to flatten out and clean, that's awesome. Foreign coin, got the British 2p, and then on to all the good finds. Got one New Zealand penny and a half penny, surprisingly got one of each of those. This piece of jewellery I'm guessing is silver, and it would have been a pendant as it would have snapped off at the top there, the little ringlet, but yeah, that should be 925 silver. Got 2 British pennies and my first ever ship's halfpenny. Really love this coin, looks absolutely awesome. And got my first ever Australian rue penny, absolutely stoked with that. And another first ever, which is this coin, which cleaned up not the best. I can only faintly see details, but it is a penny from South Africa, and I can barely see the date, which would be at the top, which is 1950, but you can see on this side is a little bit better for the writing. But yeah, my first ever pre-decimal from South Africa. That is awesome. Now on to this little gadget, little plane, whether it's homemade or something like that, whatever it is, looks to be possibly old, as the wings aren't that symmetrical and bases are folded over like that, so it is really cool. We'll have to clean that up. I am very happy with that. But then on to the main event, the silvers. So we got a nice looking New Zealand sixpence. Love these, and I love the design of Crown King George V on the back. That's not too bad. And then these 3 British ones are absolutely beautiful. Got this one with King Edward VII. That is an absolutely beautiful coin. And my first Edward VII threepence. So 1908, I'll take that any day. And then this threepence, even older, another 1800 silver, 1889. That is beautiful, with the Jubilee head Queen Victoria. Is my second Jubilee head silver, so that is awesome. Definitely welcome in the collection. And then find of the day, you guys will already know what that is, which is this 1881 British silver sixpence in beautiful condition as well. I'll have to just run that under some warm water, but it's just got every little detail in such nice condition. And look at that young head Victoria. There's just got the tiniest ding there, but other than that, it is in such good condition. I'm so happy with that. That is definitely the find of the day. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. It was a great hunt, and I'll see you guys next time.